See what you got.
Is there water or mint or something? Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Hey everyone.
How are ya?
How are you?
We shouldn't lean, right? Because your camera's
right.
Oh, we're not gonna get work.
I mean, we've been leaning, so if it happens,
it's all good.
I talk with my hands and I'm gonna slap this down and then the camera's
we're gonna tie
I'm
your
gonna
hands
put my hands down. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on them. Okay.
So do you want to start by telling us about who you play and your character? Just so we kind of get this into...
Sure. I feel like you should always explain the premise of the show before I just launch into my character.
Oh my gosh.
Is that bad?
So I do all the hard work.
You're the boss.
Okay, great.
Yeah, she's my boss.
So I'm the co-producer and head writer of the show. And you know, the show is a superhero comedy show that at the end of the day is a family show about heart. It's about a brother and sister sort of trying to save the world and finish their homework on time. And my job on the show is basically to shepherd and write the episodes. And during this pandemic, we created a completely separate world, and it's been honestly mind-blowing to be able to sort of escape from the world's reality to make this world that's so funny, that's so absurd, that has this magical realism, and work with talented actors like Carolina, and also, you know, I'm Venezuelan, and Dan's wife is Venezuelan, so bringing that bicultural family into the world and into the show has been, you know, a real honor. And you know, Carolina plays, it's gonna be hard to remember Carolina.
The name of my character is Carolina.
Yes, and she's the mom in the show, and you knock it out of the park. So
yeah, so the mom in the show, Carolina, as she said, is based on Joanna's mom, who is awesome. She has a really deep voice, so my character's a little bit more down here, and there's a slight Latino accent, but it's not too heavy. She's really smart. She's really funny. She loves. We haven't talked about her dancing salsa in episodes, but
she's not great at dancing.
I didn't say she was great at it.
She's not a great dancer.
I said she likes it.
Yeah, she likes it, but she's
different.
Not great at it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, right? You don't have to be good at dancing to like it, and that's, you know, I think this show is about the quirks of families, the ins and outs of like brother and sister fighting, the father-mother relationship. Sometimes it's like, I want to kill you, and other times it's like, I love you so much.
Yeah.
And you're like, ew, mom, that's gross. So I feel like it's just showing a bicultural family in the States, like so many of our families are. And so the cool thing about it's not about talking about how she's so Venezuelan. It's just, this is the culture I grew up with, and this is what I'm infusing my kids with, as well as the American side of things. So it's just a bilingual, multicultural household, because the grandma's Cuban, and you know, it's just a little mix of everything, and I really like it because that's how I grew up.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So we actually thought we had our cast, like we thought we had Carolina cast already. We thought we thought we had the character cast twice, and you know, just out of on a whim, we were like, you know what? Why don't we listen to Carolina's audition? Just to dot our I's and T our T's,
cross the T's and dot the I's.
I'm Venezuelan.
See, this is what we infuse the character with. Sometimes she says, I want to cross my I's and T the dots, and that's what happens.
And she came in, and she auditioned in a way that I had never heard an audition. She came in with a very strong, powerful voice, very comedic. She wasn't like stereotypical, like, ay, pero like, what's going on? She had this very particular accent to her that felt very authentic and very segura de sí misma, very
sure of
confident. And immediately I was like, wow, this reminds me so much of someone. Oh my God, it sounds just like my mom. Carolina is such a professional. She listened to videos of my mom for hours and understood the cadence, el nivel de la voz, how loud she was.
Yeah, she has a deeper voice, and so I paid attention to that. If it's based on her mom, and Joanna makes fun of her mom on YouTube all the time. So it was easy to just go.
Was the character already named Carolina, or did you change? So you just happened to be a coincidence? That's weird.
My sister's name is Carolina, and I have to say I think it was fate, because there was no other person I can imagine playing this role other than Carolina. So you know, maybe I willed it in my head. I was like, I want Carolina to play this. You know, don't tell my sister that it's because of her that I named her Carolina, not my sister. But you know, every person I tell a different story.
Yeah, I believe it. No, I knew when I auditioned, I knew the name was Carolina. I wasn't expecting it was named after me, but it's helpful because everybody calls me Carolina. So now that maybe this show takes off, everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, the mom, Carolina, like you. Like, yeah, like
we need. My sister goes through that all the time. She's like, I'm not a state.
Yeah,
I'm not a state. I'm a person. Carolina. But here we are. Here we are.
Did you know that it was based the character before when you did the audition was going to be based on her mother?
For the initial audition, I remember reading something that said based on a real person, but I wasn't sure. And then for the callback, I read everything more carefully, and I knew Joanna was writing on the show, so I was like, okay, let me do some research, because my initial audition sounded a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Because like I made her sound kind of hip, and that's not what they were looking for. So then once I started paying attention to Joanna's mother, she does this rant where she's like, I am the mother of Joanna Hausmann,
she has a
and I'm going to tell you what drives me nuts about my daughter, about Joanna, and like so I.
Yeah, but you also bring yourself into it. Like you have, it's the perfect example of a voice actor knowing sort of what the inspiration of something is, and then running it and making it their own. And every episode, this character really evolves and becomes a really important person. And a lot of times, like the parents are like the butt of the joke, or just like. And in this show, that's not the case. Like, I don't know, the writers' room is like mostly millennials, whatever. We have a great relationship with our parents. Our parents are really funny and interesting, and like, why not make the parents funny and interesting?
Instead of like schlumpy parents that are always
that hate each other.
Like, yeah, they have a really loving relationship, which I love.
Yeah.
They're just, and they're fun, you know. Like, there's episodes where the parents are like, let's leave the kids at home so we could go on an adventure, and they want to go down like slides at a water park.
They're very fun.
So there's funny stuff that happens. Yeah.
How much? Oh, go ahead. You go.
So Quaid is a writer. Amazing. 1 million readers internationally.
Holy cow!
All these kids see you guys on comics, but they don't know. They're still putting their minds around that there's voices and people behind those comics. So, could you please say to Quaid, and in your new character voice, my name is this, I played this role on New Hamster Gretel, and diversity in comics is important because in your mom voice that you're telling.
All in the mom voice?
All in your mom voice that you're telling.
my
So the
mom's here.
kids, when they hear it and see it on the show, they'll know.
Cool. And your name is Quaid. Yeah. Awesome. Look at those eyes. My gosh.
I mean, you're a kid and you're writing for a million. That's amazing. I wish I was as quick as you. At your age, I wasn't doing much. I was probably like struggling on a bike.
Well, you're 21 and you're writing on a Disney show. I think you're good.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm 21.
Yeah. So, whenever. Hello, Quaid. My name is Carolina, and I do the voice of Carolina on the new Disney show called Hamster and Gretel. Diversity in shows is really important because we are showing kids how wonderful it is to have bicultural parents, the fact that there are many different cultures in the United States and that they're all rich and beautiful and have many different colors and foods and flavors and accents and languages. So I think it's really important to highlight this on TV shows for kids because it's showing them that their reality is also really important. I was trying to be concise. I was like,
I love it.
Look at the camera and say, do your homework and then watch Hamster and Gretel.
Do voices on video games, and I tell the kids, please, when you're going to play some Brian Overwatch, make sure you do your homework before you play, because then I'm going to get in trouble. So make sure to do your homework before you watch Hamster and Gretel, and then you can really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Do we, anything else? Oh, cool.
That's good. Anything or you good?
Okay. Thank you guys. You guys are having so much.
We've been friends for many years, so this is